Today we're going to Singapore where chewing gum is outlawed. Yes, you read it right, no chewing gum allowed. Why did Singapore decide to ban bubblegum? Welcome back to Bizarre Regs, the channel that takes you throughout the world to find the most bizarre rules and regulations you've never heard of. So what's Singapore's big deal with chewing gum? Why would a country care so much about a simple piece of gum? As it turns out, there's a fascinating story behind this sticky situation. And to understand it, we must go back to the 1990s. In the early 1990s, Singapore had a major problem: gum everywhere. People were putting it on benches, fences, beneath tables, and even doorknobs. But what was the final straw? The all-new Mass Rapid Transit MRT system. Singapore had just launched its MRT system, a huge development for public transportation. However, people began placing gum on train doors, causing them to malfunction. Imagine being late for work because someone chose to turn the train doors into a personal art piece. It got so bad that the government decided enough was enough. In 1992, Singapore formally prohibited the importation, sale, and possession of chewing gum. This regulation was more than simply about keeping things clean. It was about safeguarding public property and ensuring that the MRT system and the whole city functioned properly. The restriction was strictly enforced: no buying, chewing, or bringing gum into the nation. If you get caught, you may face a large fine or worse. This decision was met with mixed reactions from the public, but the government stood firm in its resolve. It was all part of Singapore's drive to become one of the cleanest and most orderly cities in the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a little extreme for chewing gum? But in Singapore, the concept was straightforward. The city was investing in infrastructure, and they wanted to make sure that everyone respected it. Furthermore, Singapore has traditionally prided itself on its cleanliness. Fast forward to today, and the chewing gum ban is still rather strict. You won't find gum for sale anywhere in Singapore. Is this the lone exception? Certain varieties of gum are deemed therapeutic. For example, nicotine gum, which may be purchased with a prescription from a pharmacist. But even then, it's not something you chew merely to pass the time. The goal is to reduce the likelihood of individuals disposing of it incorrectly and ending up with the sticky mess they had in the 1990s. And let's talk about the penalties. If you're caught smuggling gum into the country or littering with gum, you could be fined up to $1,000. And repeat offenders, they might have to do community service in public view. It's a very clear message. Singapore takes its cleanliness very seriously. But here's the thing: Singapore's strict laws have paid off. The city has been praised for its cleanliness, order, and efficiency. While the chewing gum ban may appear weird or even excessive to outsiders, it is part of what has made Singapore a unique and highly valued destination to live and visit. In fact, the ban has become a point of curiosity for many tourists. It's one of those quirks that makes Singapore stand out, kind of like a badge of honor. Visitors frequently ask about the ban and are amazed by the amount of discipline and civic-mindedness it represents. While you can't freely chew gum in Singapore, there are plenty of other tasty delicacies to enjoy. From kaya toast to chili crab, you won't feel left out. Just, maybe stick to mints if you need to freshen your breath. So, next time you're in Singapore, remember, leave the chewing gum at home. It's a small price to pay to keep one of the world's most beautiful cities clean and efficient. And honestly, you might not even miss it. Thanks for joining me on another adventure into the weird and wonderful world of laws. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe for more bizarre regulations from around the world, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single one. Have you heard of a strange law in your country? Drop it in the comments below. This is Bizarre Regs, keeping things clean, one law at a time. See you next time.